Hello, Pathfinders. Good morning. How we doing? Hope we're great. In our basic science today, we're going to learn about the uses of some materials in first aid box. Hope you still remember what the first aid box is, and I hope you still remember what first aid treatment is. Okay, let's go on. These are the materials you can find in the first aid box. There are many others that we can add to this, but this gives us a clearer view of materials we can find in first aid boxes or in a first aid box. We're going to take the uses of some of them before we give a rundown of the uses of most of them. Now look at this. What is this? This is a pair of scissors, right? Good. Now we can use this for cutting bandages, plaster, cotton wool, and loose skin. So scissors plays a very important role. Now this is cotton wool. We can use it for cleaning and covering of wounds. We can use it to soak blood and also to pad tissues. Now we have methylated spirit and hydrogen peroxide. We use this to clean fresh wounds and sores. When we do not have these two, we can use antiseptic what? Pads. They play the same role. Okay, we have bandages. We can use a bandage to protect wounds from being infected. You cover the wound. Are you following? Have you ever been injured and a bandage is used to cover the wound and you'll be wondering, why did they use this to cover the wound? Now, they used bandage to cover the wound you had because they didn't want the wound to be infected. Because when a wound becomes infected, it becomes another thing. Are you following? I trust you are. Okay, let's continue. A bandage can also be used to do what? To mobilize an injured part. Now, let's look at a broader view of the uses. We have scissors, which I've told you, bandages, cotton wool. We have gloves. Oh, gloves is a pair of gloves or gloves are very important. Even in this pandemic now, before you do anything, before you touch anything, you make sure that you do what? You wash your gloves or you wash your hands very well. Now, before you touch someone's wood, make sure you do what? You wear a pair of gloves. Why do you do that? To prevent transmission of infection from the victim to the first aider, you that is giving the treatment. You don't even know what the person has. So to protect yourself, you have to do what? You wear your gloves. Now we have cold compress or pack. When you have bruises, you can put it on top and do what? Compress so that it will prevent swelling or it will stop swelling. Okay? Now let's look at forceps. They are used for protecting the finger from stain or infection. And they are used for holding what? Cotton wool. Now, instead of you using your hand, your fingers to pick the cotton wool, you use forceps. Now, there is a distance. Did you get that? Very good. Now, I told us what methylated spirit is used for cleaning fresh wounds and sores. Now we have embrocation for massaging of the muscle in case of sprains or dislocation or something of that nature. You massage the muscle. Then we have record book and writing pen. This is very important. You note the time the thing happened. Did you understand that? You know, record is very, very important. Record keeping is so wonderful. You use your pen and your record book to make notes so that in case of necessity, you are asked, when did this happen? Probably you are thinking of so many things, but once you sure that you record, once you're asked, when did this happen, you just make your referral to your what? Your record book and tell them, oh, this happened around 6:47 a.m. or 5:45 a.m. Do you understand? Or p.m. So record book is very important. We have a safety pins for holding bandages and then keeping bandage in place. Thermometer. Now, when someone gets injured, you can use the thermometer to note that person's temperature, to know how cold or how hot that person's body is very, very important. Now we have potassium permanganate. We use it for taking care of snake bites before taking the victim to the hospital. We also have splints for immobilizing fracture. You know, when someone gets fractured, the bones will be dangling, they will be apart. So the splints will help to hold them in place. There's another one that is not here. We have paracetamol. In case the person injures and the person is having headache, severe headache, you can use the paracetamol, which is an over-the-counter drug. Drugs we use even without much approval. We use it to ease or give a palliative treatment. Now, most schools don't joke with paracetamol when a child probably is having headache. It goes a long way to ease that headache. I hope you understood what we did today. Okay, we've come to the end of our class today. I'll be sending in our classwork. Please try and go through the lesson. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. But make sure you grab something and then make sure you do your classwork. Till you come your way again. Always stay safe and blessed. Bye.